We're here with Miguel Regalado, head coach for the Baker football team. Big win last week and a ranked victory. Now you guys are receiving votes. Is that anything you pay attention to at all with the rankings going in week to week?
You know, no, I don't. There was a time when I was here where we were just expected to be there, and really we were upset if we weren't finishing in the top five. Right now, I just want this football team to stay focused on the task at hand and just continue to get better every single week, and they are. So no, I try not to bring it up. I don't really look at it, to be honest with you. Postseason, post-game awards like that, Metcalf getting defensive, those are awesome, but it's just staying focused on the task at hand.
And a close win in the end against the top 25 Graceland offense that certainly moves up and down the field, and there were some big drives from your guys' offense as well. You go back and you look at the field goal that Seth makes on one of the drives that ends up being the difference in the game. What were you most impressed with and liked the most out of your team's effort on Saturday?
We knew that was going to be a high-scoring game. I was really excited, and people will look at the stats and say, what? But I thought our defense, believe it or not, even with the numbers, they gave us opportunities to put that thing away in the first half. When you're playing an offense like Graceland, what you're looking for is your defense is still a couple of possessions, 2 or 3 possessions, or a huge play by Metcalf for a touchdown. They gave our offense the opportunity to put that game away earlier in the first half. We just weren't able to do it. I thought Shane and our defensive line completely dominated the line of scrimmage. I thought number 1 was running for his life. However, he's a good runner. He's able to make first person miss a lot. I thought our guys, I told our defensive line, I challenged them to not go for big hits, just to get them on the ground. I thought they did a great job. I was really proud of our field goal unit to go out there and make that a 10-point game. And then I was really proud of our offense. I thought that was a championship drive at the end to answer. There was never any panic on that field. It was just, we knew we were going to win. It was just a little uglier than we thought.
And yeah, you go up 10 and it feels like the things are trending your right way, and then you get down to have a sophomore quarterback in Truman making at this point just his 4th start of the year. For him not to have any panic, to show that composure and go right down, that's got to be a pretty fun moment as a coach.
100%. I never questioned Coach Morris's evaluation of quarterbacks. I think he's the best quarterback coach in the country, and he told me, Coach, he'll get it done. And he's been right all along. Truman has been fantastic. He's learning how to play the position more and more every week. He's learning how to protect himself more and more every week. I think that first week at Peru State, you thought maybe he was a running back playing quarterback, and he's just learning how to play the position. He's going to get better every single week.
Yeah, and when you go back to the defensive side of the ball, they end up getting onto the Baker side of the field, and they get stopped on 4th down and 10. We heard from last week that, from Thad that they took the year before giving up the 42 points. They took that personally, obviously 42 again, but 7 of those coming on a defensive touchdown the other way. For them to have the moment at the end of the game and have the game kind of in their hands and make that stop, could you tell from some of the players and from Tucker and everybody on that side of the ball that that meant a lot to them to be able to kind of win the game at the end for them?
There's no doubt about it. Honestly, I think late in the game, they wanted to be the ones to go out and close it out. You could just sense it. I've learned, been on the sideline long enough, when there's a team, when a side of the ball wants to go out and finish a game and close a game, and then when they don't, and that's usually a scary situation. I thought our offense wanted the task of going down and getting us a lead, and there is no doubt that our defense wanted to go out there and prove that, hey, when it comes to it, and push comes to shove, they can make the stop, and they did.
So Culver-Stockton this week. It's a road game for you. This will be the 2nd time traveling on the road this season. What are some of the challenges that you guys are going to have this Saturday's game?
On offense, they have backs that run really hard. They have backs that run extremely hard. They're very big up front. They may not be as athletic up front as they were a week ago, but their backs are physical and they run hard. Their quarterback is big and runs hard and very physical. Defensively, they have a stout front 6 that I think is as good as anybody in the league at stopping the run. They run a 3-3 stack. And they basically tell those 6 interior people, you stop the run, and then we'll take care of everything else. So it's a hostile environment. It's a good place to go play a road game. In my opinion, on film, they play a heck of a lot harder at home. So it's a team that maybe record-wise is struggling a little bit. I expect them to play very, very hard on Saturday, and we got our work cut out for us.
And to that notion, what are going to be some of the keys to you performing well on your side of the ball?
I'd like us to start fast. There's 2 things I want to see us do Saturday, and that's start fast and play physical. And then if there's a 3rd thing that I want to see us do, I think we're going to have an opportunity in this game, early in the game, to put a 3rd and 4th nail in the coffin. What I tell my team, what I mean by that is that 4th nail is going up 28-0. I think sometimes when you get a team down 28, 4 possessions, unless they're extremely mentally tough, they're going to begin to fade away. And I would like to see our football team come out and start fast early and see if we can't put that fourth nail in the coffin in the first half and finish strong in the third, get Truman on that sideline, get Shane and that defensive line rested up, and get into that bye week and be ready for the South.
Yeah, and to your point on the bye week, this week will be kind of the split, that line in the middle before you do head to your divisional games, your conference games. Does that affect anything, having a bye week next week, or is it just kind of business as usual this week?
It does sometimes. I'm a believer that football teams they're creatures of habit. They're in a routine, and sometimes when you take a team out of its routine, it just depends on how mature that football team is. We need it. I've said all along since I got here, going into the 23 season, if we can stay healthy, I think we have a pretty good football team. And right now, we're a pretty banged up football team. So I would love to get this thing taken care of on Saturday and get our guys some rest next week and be ready for a very difficult game against Mid-America.
All right, he's Miguel Regalado, Baker at Culver-Stockton this Saturday.